Alright guys, gonna make a short one for you because the buyback and burn conversation in the Safuu Discord was absolutely epic this morning. It was quite a lot of reading, and I don't want to go over all that was said, but the one thing that stood out to me, the one thing that kind of gave me a glimpse of where we're headed and gave me a lot of hope, is this conversation that Huskminer had with Elliot. So here it is. Huskminer said, was curious how the Revive token functions as to how it will buy back and burn Safuu. And Elliot said, so basically it has 6% tax and 3% goes towards the Revive token price appreciation, 2% to buy back and burn Safuu, and 1% to buy Safuu to the council wallet. Huskminer says, and the buyback and burn part is automatic, or does someone have to physically do it? Elliot responded, automatic, of course. And he said Revive should be done in 2 weeks. So the part that stood out to me was the automatic part, because that is what we have been just dying for the past several months, ever since the SIF stopped being used for buyback and burn. Is we want automatic burns, and that is exactly what Revive is going to give us. Now, it's the reason that I said it's a glimpse of like good things to come is that Revive by itself is not going to be a huge money maker for Safuu. I hope it is, and I hope I'm wrong, but I mean, it's just one token, and I know Ted was saying maybe it'll be doing 1 million plus a day in volume, and I hope that's the case. If it is, then it's going to be crazy. It's going to be really good for Safuu, but like the volume might not be very high for it. But what it is it's a start, and it shows us what kind of utility they're working on for Safuu. They're working on stuff that's going to be automatically burning Safuu, so it will be as if we have our old SIF back, which was like burning all the time. Because the reason that we can't go back to buyback and burns right now, or any time in the future, is because of how the SIF funds are given to us. They're given to us once a month, so we can't be doing burns all the time like we were doing. And so, going back to the good old days of buyback and burn, like 100% of the taxes buyback and burn, it won't work, because we only get the SIF funds once a month, and that's not exciting enough for the whales to come back. And we're just gonna keep hitting a roadblock every single time the SIF gets used. It'll be a one-time pump and dump, and then we'll be waiting another 30 days for something to happen. So that's why, going back to that, it won't work. What we need is continuous burns. And that's what Lucky Charms has been saying. That's what Elliot, I guess, has been saying to us, is that these utilities they're working on are going to give us continuous burns. And I don't know how the lottery will work, if it will be automatically burning as well, like with revenue that it receives, or if it will be manually used or whatever. But the more automatic burns we can get going, the more this will be like an actual fire, and it will be just continuously burning on a daily basis. And we'll be able to literally look at the supply going down on a daily basis, which will create excitement, it'll create FOMO, and we just need to get more sources of revenue doing this for us. So like Lucky said several times over the past few months, like all we have to do is buy and hold and sit back and watch that circulating supply disappear. So, let me see. Lucky had some good stuff to say. I'll probably read one of his things. So Lucky was saying buyback and burn was paused to preserve the revenue we have to build out streams of revenue that will focus on continuously burning Safuu. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. I get the idea of wanting to test the burn and see if it brings back whales. Problem is, whales aren't even attracted to the low price of 15 cents, so what makes you think they will FOMO in for literally a couple pennies from a burn? I don't think it will happen at all, and creating a buzz around utility and showing that works would be money much better spent. Even if we took 100,000 and burned it, the price would move about 6 to 7 cents, that's it. Then people would exit on it, scared it won't happen again. And then Lucky goes on to say, hope this doesn't come off rude, but all the utilities being created have 3 focuses in mind: buyback and burn, endless streams of revenue where new investors won't have to keep buying Safuu to burn, lowering supply while raising price. Using SIF to just buy Safuu and burn it won't work. It only worked before because we had whales contributing 500,000 to 1 million daily, which replenished the SIF. That has all stopped due to the focus of Vulcan hype. And Husk Miner was saying yesterday that he thinks that a smart contract needs to be created for the burns to happen, because he was saying the council can't do it because it would be like a conflict of interest or something. So he was saying, I'm still for having a smart contract built to do small random buyback and burn daily. The council can't be doing the buyback and burn if they are also active holders. So like this whole automatic burns from these different utilities we create, like Revive Token and maybe the lottery and whatnot, it will bypass the need to create a smart contract, because all this stuff will just be automated, which is exactly what we want. We want to just be able to look, to swipe left and just be seeing that circulating supply going down all the time, and seeing that price, reacting positively as a result, and seeing the volume reacting positively as a result. And then Lucky said, that's the whole point of utilities, friend. They will keep burning for us. There won't be any waiting. We won't need to even debate it. They will just be buying back and burning. That's exactly what I'm saying, guys. So I'm totally on the same wavelength as Lucky. Also down the road, when the supply is really low, then it can be used for more larger scale developments, which would be crazy. That means like Safuu could really be back on the, big stage in crypto later on, Then Elliot, sorry, this is turning into a 6-minute video already. Elliot is saying, I realistically don't see the chance to pump Safuu directly in the short term. If I'm being honest, we can build utility around it, but the process of burning the supply will take a long time. In terms of utilities, possibilities are endless, and we can do anything. I'm imagining as if we don't have Safuu at all, and all we have to do is build. We can do just that. Anyways, he's talking about building in the bear so that we can thrive in the bull. And then Bullet had an idea to incentivize big buyers to give them back some of the buy tax, and then even give them back some of the sell tax if they're like the biggest buy or the biggest sell that day. He was saying, like, for the biggest buy that day, they get 5% rebate. Second top buy of the day, 3%, and any buys over 5,000 get 2% rebate on the buy tax. And then for sells, if it's within 15 days of buying, which would incentivize volume, which is what we want, sells would get first place sell, like the biggest sell that day would get a 3% rebate. Second place would get 2%, and over 5,000, 1%. I don't really know how that would work, to be honest, but it was an idea that Elliot was entertaining, and they're going to have an AMA tomorrow. So Elliot and the council are going to give us an AMA tomorrow, and we'll get to hear all their ideas, like the lottery. Like Elliot was saying that he had some breakthrough ideas about the lottery because he had been putting a lot of thought into it. So I think it's going to be exciting to hear about that. It's going to be, I think, a lottery like nothing else we've seen in crypto before, which is cool. Safuu, like, driving innovation. That's cool. And so that will be something to look forward to, is the AMA tomorrow. And then as far as the sentiment, the price is still in the 15-cent range. We're at 0.157. Sentiment is mixed, like half and half practically. We only had a little over 5,000 volume, so things are in a little bit of a holding pattern right now. All right, guys, that's it. And the other big thing is that there was an entire discussion chat group created for buyback and burn. So if you go to Discord, right under the main chat, there's a buyback and burn chat room. So go check that out. There's already been a ton of discussion in there. Like I said, there was a ton of talk about buyback and burn this morning, and it was so I just took some very specific screenshots and put them on my Twitter. If you want to see that, I'm at Oliver78900, and if you could like, comment, subscribe, I'd appreciate it.